I'm Jan with Academic Technologies, and welcome back to our student-oriented mini-series about CNU's tech environment. In this video, we'll be briefly going over the basics of using your CNU-provided Gmail account. However, because we assume most of you have sent an email before, now through one service or another, we'll be focusing on the additional tools within the platform that make organization and customization of your Gmail a little easier. If you have any questions or comments after this video, once again, feel free to contact us at our IT help desk at 757-594-7079, or use the link in the description below to file a ticket through our ticketing system. As we mentioned in our previous video, you can access Gmail either through the link at CNU Connect or directly through Google at mail.google.com using your CNU credentials. Once you've logged into Gmail, you'll be brought to your inbox, where all of your emails will go by default. However, I want to bring your attention to the list below the button you use to compose an email. These items are known as labels. You can think of them as categories you can use to sort your emails. You can create your own labels for this kind of sorting by clicking More at the bottom of the list, then at the link titled Create New Label. From here, you can add a name for this label. For example, let's say we're making a label so we can sort all of our emails for our psychology class. Click Create, and we can now see our label in that list. You can also nest labels, which can be useful for creating subcategories. For example, we've just created a label for a course you might be taking, but say we want to make a subcategory for emails about homework for that course. We can follow the same process, click Create New Label, we'll enter in a name, but this time we're going to nest that label under the existing Psych 101 label. Once again, click Create. And we'll see that once we open up this Psych 101 label, we'll see our homework sublabel. You can sort emails into labels in a couple of different ways. If you're in the inbox, you can simply click and drag an email into a label, and it will be moved into the associated space for that label. If you're inside an email, you'll see a drop-down menu marked with a label icon. This drop-down allows you to apply different labels by selecting them from the list, then clicking Apply. For example, this is just a simple announcement. So we'll click Apply. Let's go into another email and show you one other thing we can do. Because you can also drag a label from this sidebar onto the email that you're in and see it marked right up at the top. There is one thing you'll want to note between the last two methods and the first, and it has to do with locating the email later on. If you drag and drop the email into the label from the inbox, the email will be moved entirely into that label space, and you'll have to enter the label from this menu to locate it because it's no longer in the inbox. If the label is applied while inside the email, it will still be in the inbox, but also be found inside the label space. You'll also be able to see that label right from the front of the email within that inbox space. The second tool you'll find useful is Gmail's advanced search function. You may have noticed the search bar at the top of the inbox, which can be used to locate emails from specific recipients or with certain keywords. If you click on this little chevron on the right, though, next to the search button, you can actually open up an advanced version of the search that allows you to customize your search more accurately. This customization includes who the email is from or to, the subject, any keywords that might be in the email, whether or not the email has an attachment, the email size, and a possible date range from when the email was sent. You can also limit your search to specific labels using this drop-down at the top. Let's use some of these features to locate an old email from a coworker. I'll put in the coworker's name, and I know the email was within a week of the 1st of August. We'll click the search button, and we can see all of the emails that match the criteria we placed in. You'll also see a shorthand version of this search listing out the criteria we used to create this search. You can also use the advanced search to create what's known as a filter, meaning you can set incoming emails with certain criteria to have certain actions automatically applied to them. So if we open up that search box and select Create Filter, we can see certain actions that can automatically be applied to emails from this particular person. Note that the criteria about date ranges has already been removed because it's a little too specific and won't involve any incoming email. Once I select the item that we need, select Create Filter, and that action will automatically be applied to any email from this person. The last tool in Gmail that we'd like to show you is known as Labs, experimental features Google releases to test their reception with their users. Before we show you how to find and utilize different labs, we want to note that because Google labels these features as experimental, they do reserve the right to remove these features at any time. You can locate labs by going into the Settings drop-down menu, selecting Settings, then going to the Labs portion of this page. Once you're here, you'll see a variety of different labs designed to customize how you can use Gmail more comfortably. For example, you can add a button that allows you to mark emails as read without actually reading them, or a preview pane that makes the Gmail setup look a good bit like Outlook actually, which is useful if you're more comfortable with that platform. You can turn on a lab by clicking its Enable option, then clicking Save Changes at the bottom. Once you're returned to your inbox, you should see the labs you've chosen already in place. For example, if we select one of these emails here, I can now see my Mark as Read button. Once again, thank you for joining us for this video mini-series on CNU's tech environment, and for this video specializing in Gmail. If you have any questions or concerns about what you just saw, again, feel free to reach out to our help desk or file a ticket through our ticket system. Bye!